welcome. Thanks for joining us in another episode of Sports Now with Viren Ferrao. Today we're going to talk about Mithali Raj, who's decided to call time on her T20 international career. Well, it's truly the end of an era in Indian cricket, with Mithali Raj now announcing her retirement from T20 cricket. She'll continue to play one-day internationals and the longer format of the game for the Indian team, so that will continue. But for this is an end of a glorious era in Indian cricket, especially in T20s. Now, Mithali Raj has captained the Indian women's T20 team at 3 different World T20s, beginning in 2006. Now, she is one of the most celebrated women's cricketers across the world, and even in the T20 format, she has been. Now, her last match for India came in March this year, but she hasn't played, of course, after that, and unfortunately, that will be the last time that we actually see Mithali Raj featuring in the blue of the Indian team in the T20 format at least. Now, one of the lasting legacies, of course, is Mithali Raj's ability to get the big runs. She, even today, is the highest run getter on T20s as far as India is concerned, and at one point was one of the top run getters in T20s in the world. Mithali Raj has given Indian cricket some of their brightest moments on the field, and in fact, she's led India to 3 World T20s as captain of the team. All that began in 2006, but the last T20 World Cup that she actually participated in was last year, when, of course, controversy engulfed the Indian women's cricket team with a row between her and coach Ramesh Pawar. And now that overshadowed the performance of the Indian women's team at the World T20, but it left a bitter taste in the mouth of everyone involved inside Indian cricket and even those who are watching. Because whether or not you are a fan of Mithali Raj, you could not escape the fact that she has contributed immensely to Indian cricket. That being said, Mithali Raj leaves behind quite a legacy. She, of course, now concentrates on one-day internationals and the longer format of the game. And Mithali Raj has shown that she can excel in those. In one-day internationals, she has an average of above 50. Well, the plan is now going to be long-term for 36-year-old Mithali Raj, because her focus is now on the World Cup, the big World Cup in 2021, the 50-over World Cup, where India will be hoping to win that crown. It's something that's eluded the women's cricket team under her captaincy, and even when she's handed over the baton over to Harmanpreet. So as far as she is concerned, she knows her priority is to try and ensure that India has their best ever World Cup, which could be in the form of a World Cup trophy. Now, if you look at her record in one-day internationals, it's certainly envious, and yet again, she continues to be one of the top-scoring women's cricketers in the world. She's a feared name even today in one-day international cricket, and you'd be rest assured that if Mithali continues in the form that she has been in over the last few years, there's no doubt about the fact that the Indian team will try to revolve around her so that she can be that linchpin that can guide India to glory. Well, it's time now for the next generation of women's cricketers to take over. If you look at performances of late from the likes of Smriti Mandhana and more recently from Jemimah Rodrigues at the KSL, which is the women's tournament, T20 tournament that took place in the UK, she scored some phenomenal runs. And there's no doubt about the fact that those 2 batswomen are perhaps the future of Indian women's cricket. There's a lot to hope from them, and Mithali will be hoping that Indian cricket is in good hands, because as far as these youngsters are concerned, they've certainly shown that they've got the talent, and they've been there and done that. They've got those nerves out of the way. And it's now time for them to take center stage and perform for the Indian team. So the baton has now officially been handed over to the next generation of Indian women's cricketers in the T20 format at least. But for Mithali, she's looking for a final hurrah. Thanks for joining us on this edition of Sports Now with Viren Ferrao. Make sure you follow the Minute Now page on Facebook, and you can follow me on Twitter and on Facebook. Thanks for watching.